Hey, welcome back to another episode of Donkey Kong Country. We're gonna fight the final boss, because Chaos is the final boss in this game. Zzz. Zzz, click Kong's enemy. You must be destroyed. Where is the creator? What's he saying? I don't know if I'll ever... Oh, damn it, I missed. I don't know if I will ever do a playthrough of Star Fox 64. I would rather do a playthrough of Star Fox Adventures, if I'm being honest, because in my opinion, I know it's kind of like not an actual take that a lot of people agree with. I think Star Fox Adventures is better than Star Fox 64. Like, I grew up playing it, don't get me wrong. Like, I have nostalgia for Star Fox 64, but I never really cared for games that put me in, like, a vehicle and then I couldn't, like, get out of the vehicle to do something else. So now we got this cool guy with sunglasses here. This is the true face of Chaos. Look at it and bask in the horrors of Chaos. Alright. Then we gotta run away from laser beams. Anyway, yeah, so like, I always kind of just like, in my opinion, always thought Star Fox Adventure was just better because you can actually get out and do stuff. And, you know, I have seen a lot of the stuff for Dinosaur Planet, which is what the game was originally going to be, and I do think it would have been really cool. But, like, I'm still pretty happy with what we got, because I really do like Star Fox Adventures. Eventually, I'm going to play it. I just don't know when. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Kong's win? Does not compute. Next time we meet, Chaos will win. I guess this isn't the final boss then. We got another ski. Which I always, when I was a kid, I thought they kind of looked like a piece of chewing gum. Well, since the last time we got an item from a boss, we just took it back to Funky. Maybe we need to take this too. Hey, Funky! Funky! Funky. Way-ho! You found 2 skis! Awesome! Now I got all the parts I need to make you a really cool ride. Wait here, Kongs, while I get my latest and greatest boat ready. Bonkers! I built in a cool turbo feature that'll be sure to take you to new heights if you press Y. See you later, Kongs. Bonkers. Wowzers. Yes, you can move faster. And you can go up up waterfalls. Undercover Cove. Alright. Y, X, A, X. Y, X, A, X. There's a little Wind Waker there for you. I will play Wind Waker eventually, but I'm kind of... Okay, so I played up to A Link to the Past so far. I skipped part 2, because even though I really love part 2, I know it gets copyright claimed like crazy. And that's just a concern of mine. But... I'm going to probably play Ocarina of Time, but I don't know if I would play Majora's Mask before Wind Waker. Because I know technically... I mean, really, Majora's Mask is like a sequel to Ocarina of Time. But I don't know. Like, it just seems like I don't think I'm quite ready for something that would be that, you know. I don't know. Like, I would have to see how Ocarina of Time went first. But considering that the game is under a lot of time limits and stuff, I don't know if I'm ready for something like that. And I'm not going to play Ocarina of Time for a good little while either. I was just thinking about it because I was just talking about Wind Waker. And I will play Wind Waker eventually. But I know for a fact... I think that's just a bear coin down there. I know for a fact that when I play Wind Waker, I'm going to be cutting a lot of stuff out. Because of the Triforce, like hunting for the Triforce charts, I won't cut out. But after I got the Triforce charts, I would probably have to uncover every inch of the map just so I can go straight to that location and get the Triforce piece. Otherwise, it is damn it. Otherwise, it is a major time-consuming thing. Last time I played Wind Waker, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this, and I forgot about how it tacks on an additional 3 hours to the game for no reason other than just to collect these Triforce pieces. And I've heard that in, like, I know in the Wii U HD port that they did of it, they actually took those out. And instead of doing the Triforce piece, like charts, they just put the Triforce pieces where the charts were, which was a pretty good, to me, a pretty good, like, compromise. However, narratively speaking, it doesn't exactly register the same, because the whole idea is it's kind of like the first Zelda, where the pieces of the Triforce of Wisdom are hidden in the world, you know? And yeah, you're supposed to be, that's more of a complicated thing than it's supposed to be, but you can just cheese it. But it's supposed to be like, you know, how the Triforce of Wisdom is broken up in the chest, and the dungeons, and then you gotta go find it across Hyrule. Well, since the Hyrule is underwater, it's kind of the same thing. The Triforce of Courage is broken up and hidden in different parts of the underwater, and then you have to go fish it out, you know? Get out of here. Dude, get out of my way. So it's kind of a lot like that, you know what I mean? Well, that was close. But I know it kind of thematically ruins that. But at the same time, like, from a gameplay aspect, I can understand why they made the change. And honestly, when I replayed the game, I was not super into that anyway. So, like, I would be kind of cool if they ever decided to re-release the HD. If they re-released the HD Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on the Switch, I would be happy. But they probably wouldn't do it for Switch 1. They'd probably do it for Switch 2, which would probably incentivize me to buy a Switch 2 just for those games, to be honest, because I haven't played Twilight Princess in so long. I barely remember what happens in it. Mainly because my sister has our copy and I haven't decided to pull the trigger and spend a lot of money on it. All these newfangled toys you play with these days. In my day, we had a box and a stick, and that was it. A box and a stick. If you bump into, you know, it's weird that she is trying to basically be cranky. And the whole thing about, like, the newfangled toys is basically like, okay, so real quick, you have to aim to the bottom right to get that B-barrel. Because it's, I mean, you can kind of look at it as an analogous thing now, where it's like, back in my day, we didn't have the internet, and we had to go outside. And, you know, if you wanted to watch a TV show, you either had to set the VCR to record it on that, and it had to be on the right channel at that time, or you had to, like, be there to watch it at the time. If you missed it, you missed it, bro. I kind of miss that a little bit. You know, kind of like pre-2001, before that certain, you know, tragic event happened that kind of changed the way people interact and do stuff. And everybody had more privacy and stuff. I thought was great. And also, oh, I thought I missed the B-barrel there for a second. Also, I'm like, I kind of miss not having, like, a cellular phone. I mean, I like having, like, you know, basically a little tablet in my pocket that I can watch stuff on when I'm trying to do stuff. Ouch! This is where that is. Okay. But at the same time, it's like, I miss the ability to just not be reachable, you know what I mean? To have the option to, like, not have to worry about having a phone all the time, and then worrying about having to keep it charged, and if you're gonna end up, like, you know, if it's gonna die on you, and then what happens if there's an emergency. Like, you know, nobody cared about that so much back in the day. But yeah, you know, all the yeah, social media, blah blah blah. But like, I kind of just miss it being a little, oh, this level sucks. This level still gives even me trouble because it sucks so bad. That's the whole gimmick, is that like there's barrels going down the waterfall. But before you jump in there, fly over here. Fly over here. I think I was supposed to go up higher. Yeah, that's right. Because you can do this. Oh, let's throw that upwards, actually. Boing. This is probably the only time in the game that this is actually usable or useful, is to do that. Anyway, yeah, so like, yeah, I kind of miss that, and I kind of miss flip-top phones over, like, smartphones, even though I know for a fact that smartphones are better. I don't know, there's just something nice about having a phone that's just a phone. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, it's nice. Maybe I'm just nostalgic for some stuff. Okay, this is the part that really sucks. You gotta jump up here, you gotta fly over and jump up. But if I remember correctly, isn't there a B barrel over here to the right? Or no, I guess it's not right here. Or do you have to jump on this barrel to get up to it? No, I guess I'm tricking myself, but that part literally, for me and my family for the longest time, that was the thing that actually stopped us from being able to progress through the game. Okay, so no, it's over here. This is what I was thinking right there. Like that part where you have to jump on the 4 barrels, fly to the right, and then jump to the left again, literally caused us to like not be able to progress in the game for a long time until one of us just happened to like do it right. You know what I mean? And that's probably, in my opinion, the most difficult part about this game. It doesn't seem that hard, but it's a lot harder than you think, because the timing has to be perfect. If I remember correctly, you do need to keep this... Oh no, I already got the DK coin. What am I talking about? But anyway, so yeah, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just feeling a little nostalgic for that kind of stuff. And for like my, you know, childhood and my teens, early teens and stuff, where things were a lot more simple. And I don't necessarily mean like my life was more simple. I just mean like, oh God. I don't mean like my life in particular was more simple. I just mean like life was just more simple. You know what I mean? Like with everything, with like phones, with, you know, you just go I mean, oh God, I always forget that there's a B barrel in here that I missed, that there's 3 B barrels, and I always forget where to go for it. So we'll try and find it real quick. Ouch. Oh, I think I said in the first waterfall level that was something that happens, is it's very easy to actually like miss stuff Like, you wouldn't think so, because you would think it would be like a straight shot. But no, it's pretty easy to miss some stuff in here. Is it here? No. Aww. Here's this part again. Oh, cool. So it's got to be in between this one and the last one, right? I think you have to just jump and fly to the left at some point. Am I crazy about thinking about that? Like, is it this way? I guess not. It's a weird little ledge, isn't it? Gotta be here somewhere, though. I'm pretty sure you just fly to the left at some point. There's this bird. I don't even remember that bird. Maybe it's this way? No? I must say I'm quite perplexed. Huh. It may just have to be one that I come back to then, if I don't just randomly find it here in the next few seconds. Or just running around. So I was pretty sure it was down here somewhere, past these bees. So, I mean, why else would those bees be there? Alright, well, I will come back to that later, just so that I'm not wasting time. This one's called Crack Shot Croc. It's because you'll see. So, Squitter, we're Squitter. And this is also another level that got us, like, stuck for a while. It used to be the absolute hardest thing for me, but it's because we're getting, you know, aimed at. I assume it's by one of those tiny, like, barrel bazooka guys, but then if that were the case, why are they firing, like, the cheese balls and not the barrels, you know? So I don't know. I don't know who this guy is supposed to be. I know he makes a triumphant, or they make a triumphant return in Donkey Kong 64. Yeah. So this used to be the most stressful level for me, because it was just like, you know, I don't know, like, it just got really hard, you know? Just stopped being hard after a while, and I just started understanding that, like, you know, it was actually not that difficult for me. Probably because I just developed that much skill in it. Alright. I think what I'll do before I end this video is go back and see if I can find that bee barrel, but I'll do it off screen and just be like, okay, it was in this rough area, you know, because, like, oh god, everything kind of looks the same anyway in those levels. And of course, like, I can give you enough of the lay of the land, because I might not even, like, speak until, like, I find it, you know? So it might be like walking up to that point, and then it's like in silence showing where it is, until like I get into the barrel kind of deal. Wow, life number 80. I'm not even going to go for the end because I don't think it's worth it. It doesn't work towards any kind of progression anyway, if I remember correctly. I don't think they've ever had anything to do with progression. I know that in Donkey Kong Land, you can't save the game unless you get KONG. I don't know how that's going to be for Donkey Kong Land 2 or 3. I've never played those games before, as stated in the Donkey Kong Land playthrough. I will play through them, and I'm going to do blind playthroughs of them because I think that would be kind of cool. And now we get to actually be the Crackshot Croc. Really, if these guys didn't want to get, you know, hit in the face with a cheese ball, they could just, like, stop jumping. But, I mean, jumping is their life, right? So, it would almost be like telling those bees to stop flying, or, you know, that kid who really loves Chipotle and Chipotle is his life to, like, stop loving Chipotle. Okay. Here we go. It is really nice of them to have not only created a crosshair that, you know, Squitter can see. It's kind of like a laser pointer, right? But also that it also indicates when they're about to fire. You know, they didn't have to do that. They just did that for us. That was cool. Ow! Just run. Ah, we're dead. That's fine. That was the end. But we'll be, it's fine. It's 5 seconds, I guess. This I know for a fact is a level where you only get one shot. Is this backwards or is this forwards? Ouch! I know for a fact that this is a level that you only get one opportunity to get the DK coin. And if you mess it up, you have to start the whole level over. Alright, just let him fire. Still not going to go for the N. Screw you, N. Okay. Nice. So far, so groovy. Okay, cool. Alright. I bumped the mic. I apologize for that. Face just started itching all of a sudden for no reason, so I ended up hitting the mic, trying to scratch my face. Alright, let's not be impatient this time. Okay, cool. See, we got our life back. It's nice. Alright, so this is why you only get one shot at that. It's like, you have to... Squitter is where you get it. So, there's that. So like I said, I'm probably going to just go quiet and edit out leading up to the point of finding that. So I'll be right back when I find the B barrel. Okay, alright, so let me show you guys. So this is about just after you start the level. Over there to the right is where you go to the DK coin. So what you do is you actually jump up here. I totally forgot this is what you're supposed to do. And then I kept remembering you got to jump across some barrels, but it was right there. It was there the whole time. And I was wondering, I was like, isn't there supposed to be like a green banana one here somewhere? But silly me, I just, you know, went to the wrong spot. I was thinking it was the wrong... I told you, it was really easy to lose track of stuff in these waterfall levels. But Yeah, I mean, found it in the end, right? Not a big deal. Alright, we just got one more. There we go. Alright, cool. And that's it. That should be it. And yeah, okay. So next time, on the next episode, we're going to go to Lemguin Lunge. So if you watched the video, I appreciate it. If you made it to this point in the video, I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.